I love American movies. You make Whiplash and we love you for it, and then you make Twilight and I understand why other countries attack you.
I used to do a ton of drugs. Everyone's like, yeah, I know. We're surprised that you said used to. When I was in college, I had some buddies who were like, hey, JC, we're going over to Todd's dorm tonight. We're all going to take acid. And then we're going to watch the movie An American Werewolf in London. Do you want to go? And I was like, you had me at acid. Got over to Todd's dorm, we all took acid, waited for it to kick in, and then we put this horror movie into the DVD player. We start watching it. One of the guys becomes increasingly paranoid that the combination of the film and the drugs is going to turn him into an actual werewolf. He stands up and he alerts all of us, like, guys, I think I'm about to turn into a fucking werewolf. But I gotta take these Jordans off first because they're brand new. And then he just slowly started taking off his shoes. Now his paranoia started to bleed into the rest of the room. Soon enough, all of us are now convinced that we are going to turn into werewolves. So everyone just starts stripping all their clothes off. Just a dorm room full of college-age dudes taking all of their clothes. Like, nah, dude, I don't want to stretch it out when I turn. I'm gonna have real big werewolf arms. Me being who I am, a pussy, I called 911. That's what I did. I got on the phone with a 911 operator and I said this into the phone. I went, hello, me and my friends are on a whole bunch of drugs. And we're all about to turn into werewolves. And without skipping a beat, the woman on the other end of the phone goes, honey, tonight's not the full moon. And then I just hung up on her. We're gonna be fine, guys. We dodged a real silver bullet.
Unless you played sports growing up, I don't know if you get like how sports movies get us as guys. Like if the movie Rudy comes on, immediately I'm like immediately. And I asked her, I go, the way we view movies is different anyways. I asked her, I go, what's a movie that makes girls cry? And she goes, well, the greatest love story ever, of course, The Notebook. All the girls are like, yeah, that movie's a turd. For anybody who hasn't seen The Notebook, I'll give you a quick recap. Like, there's a lot of fluff and horse shit in the movie, but this is the gist of it. A girl meets a guy, they fall in love, but the family doesn't think this guy is right for her. So she moves away. She meets a second guy, they fall in love, they get engaged, they're gonna get married, guys. But then the first guy shows up again, and she starts banging him again. And then says, oh, by the way, fiance, I love you and everything, but this first guy, he is my true love, and I need to be with him. And I watched it with this girl, and she's like, oh my God. Isn't that the absolute greatest love story ever? I go, the movie about the cheating whore? Is that what you're talking about? That movie? Like, nobody cares about the fiance. As long as the girl's happy, I guess, fuck it. Like, you do realize that is one of the most loved movies by women, and if you were to just flip the roles, that would be one of the most hated movies by women. Oh my God. I pray somebody remakes that movie and flips the roles. You can call it The Playbook. And look, and don't get me wrong, like I don't profess to think I know women at all, trust me. But I am observant, and I think I figured a couple things out. It appears women seem to be happiest when they're being like a little bit slutty. And or a guy's just totally getting fucked over. Because if you look at girls' favorite movies, that's always the plot. You have The Notebook, it's about a cheating whore. Twilight, it's about a cheating whore that's bouncing between some emo vampire and some dog beast fucking thing. Sleepless in Seattle, it's about a cheating whore that was living with her fiance. She heard a dude on the radio comes out to Seattle and starts stalking him. Want to go old school Casablanca? You guys will never believe what this is about. It's about a cheating whore that was married to Victor. She was going to let him fly off till Humphrey Bogart's like, that's your husband, bitch, get on the plane. What else? Titanic. cheating whore that was engaged to Billy Zane. He took the bitch on a cruise. She starts banging Leonardo, lets him fucking die in the water. Oh, and the best one. Pretty Woman. She's a whore. She's an actual whore. Like, it's not even a metaphor. She's a real whore in the movie. Like, the only love story over the last 20 years where the guy is not being lied to by his lover is fucking Brokeback Mountain.
I love American movies, I do. I love American movies. You make Whiplash and we love you for it, and then you make Twilight and I understand why other countries attack you. No, as an Indian, so I'm academic about shit, right? So I sat down to watch Twilight to understand this, okay? This is American romance. So this chick falls in love with a vampire, but not just any vampire, the pansiest, most malnutrition vampire in the world. Just this sparkling, bluish, Auschwitz survivor-looking vampire. But not just that, she also falls in love with a wolf. Yeah, a wolf who doesn't know that shirts exist. His nipples are the most expressive part of his body. And this chick and this bottle of Windex and this German shepherd have this weird, creepy threesome, right? In the first part, she hooks up with the vampire and the wolf is like her brother. In the second part, she fucks her brother. In the third part, her and the vampire have a daughter, and then the brother who fucks the mother in the final part fucks the daughter. That's not romance, that's an Amish family tree, all right?
We live in the greatest country in the world. We do. We live in the greatest country in the world with free speech. You guys saw Straight Outta Compton? I saw it last night. That's right. That's right. Freaking amazing. I grew up in Burbank when I was the only Asian kid, all white kids. In 6th grade, Thomas Jefferson, all the white kids were like, "You want this for one night?" I was like, "What is that?" NWA. This is a true story. I was like, "What is that?" You better bring it back tomorrow. I'm a preacher's kid. I grew up like you weren't even allowed to curse. We never had a drink or a smoke in our family. My dad used to hit us. Like if you curse, you get smacked, right? So I was the kid that was like, "Shut the front door, you motherfucking piece of shish kebab." That's what I said. In elementary school, I'd be like this. They're like, "Ooh." I was like, "No, it's not." That was me, right? So I was only allowed to listen to like Christian music. Like the rap that I listened to was just like, praise the Lord for goodness sake. We're all gonna take a Bible break. It's like Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, 1 Saint Samuel, 1 Saint Kings, 1 Saint Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalm, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentation, Ezekiel, and then we got Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Maccabees, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Saint Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1 Saint Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrew, James, 1 Saint Peter, 1 Saint 3 John, Jude, and Revelation. Oh shit. Praise the Lord. For goodness sake, we're all gonna take a Bible break. And then even Christian rap evolved. You just see, like later there was like gangster Christian rap. These guys were like, and all the demons get struck and my lyrics go buck, buck, buck. Like they were all like doing drive-bys on demons. I don't know. I'm serious. I used to work at a Christian bookstore. And so I saw that movie last night, and man, it's just another testament to how great this country is, because you could fight back through speech. That's what makes this country beautiful and powerful. There are countries where you can't do stand-up comedy. If you criticize the government, they will kill you on the spot, right? I've done stand-up comedy in some countries. They give you a list of things you can't talk about, like drugs, sex, family, government. And you're doing knock-knock jokes all night long. Hey guys, like you can't even talk about that. This is like powerful. One of the last bastions of free speech, stand-up comedy. That's why it's a dream. My dad said, in America, go for your dream. And he came to this country in the 60s with my mom with less than $500, raised 5 of us. And he passed away. He was a preacher. I always thought I would hear more inspirational things. All I hear is, "Paul, what are you doing? You touch yourself again. I see everything from heaven. You touch yourself again 2 times one day. Why? So unnecessary. You are married, just 1 time is okay. Do they see everything? They must see everything. I don't know.
I was recently watching. I just saw the movie 300 for the first time. I'd never seen it before, and if you haven't seen it, it's basically the gayest straight movie ever made. Like, that movie has not come to terms with its sexuality as a film, because it's just men. Like, during that era, when 300 takes place, like, there was no such thing as labels. So like, men had sex with men had sex with women. No one cared. And the more I thought about that, I realized if you made a gay porn parody of 300. That's more historically accurate than 300. Like, on the basis of that alone, you don't have to have props. You can just have a bunch of naked men call it 300 gay guys fucking, and it's the most historically accurate movie about sperm. I just say that because I was like, I also watch horror movies a lot. That's like my favorite. That's my comedy, like 80s slasher movies. And I realized that like guys like Jason and Michael Myers, they don't talk, and I have this theory that if they did, they would have super sassy gay voices. Because there's always a shot where you follow the killer, like the camera's the killer, like it's his point of view, and he'll put his hand in front of the camera, and he'll go to grab a victim, and she'll just make it out the door. And this is the grab he does. Probably why she gets away, too. That's it. Just this sassy, you can hear the when he's doing it practically. So if he had dialogue, it would just be like this cliched Mario Cantonish, like, oh my God, did you come back to the house to get something? You were cute as a button. Here, come on, eat you up. Fuck, you gotta wait. You know what? Good for you. I'll get you later. Your cute little sundress.